In today's video, I will be showing you all how in just 7 days this newly caught queen ant of mine went from just a single queen ant to a fully fledged ant colony with many workers, skipping the founding stage entirely and having the worker count of a colony that has already been established for at least a year. I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and if you think I deserve it, please leave a like, and without further ado, let's get into it. Here we have a queen ant from the genus Lasius neoniger that I had found under a rock after her nuptial flight that I caught and placed in this test tube. Right afterwards, under a different rock, I found a mature colony of the same species, and I knew exactly what I was going to do. I gathered around 25 pupae, and then I prepared for the next steps. This queen had shed her wings and had a very big gaster, which were both very good signs that this queen was healthy. I fed her some jelly that she didn't seem very interested in while I was preparing a test tube for her. With the new test tube ready for the queen to move into, I gently removed the cotton from the old test tube as well as the new one, and then I gently tapped the queen in. This species have their nuptial flights much later in the year compared to most ants, being around September, and most queens that are caught do not have workers until the following spring, and they usually hibernate with no brood or just a few larvae. You can see how beautiful this queen is, with her golden brown coloration on her belly and how the whole rest of her body has a caramel coloration to it. Now that the queen has been moved into her new home, it is time to prepare the pupa by first separating the dirt and other debris by collecting it with tweezers. After the pupa have been separated from the dirt, it was time to add them to the queen's test tube by lightly tapping on the tube until all of the pupa have been introduced. Now, all that needs to be done is to leave the queen bee in the dark until the pupa hatch within the next week. It is now the present day, 1 week after catching my queen ant, and this is what the colony looks like. You can see that the majority of the pupae have hatched, and they have a nice discard pile at the exit, which I'm going to remove now. Now it is time to give this colony their first outworld in the form of a test tube portal from Ants Canada. In some of my recent videos, I have showcased this product and gone more in detail with it, so if you are looking for a more in-depth review of this product, go check out my recent video about my new Camponotus chromiotis colony, which will be linked in the description and also shown as the end screen recommendation after this video. For some of my longtime viewers, you can probably recall that I used to have a Lasius neoniger colony because they were featured in many of my past videos. I let them go a couple years ago now because they weren't doing very well, and ever since then I have really wanted to keep this species again, and I really hope that this will be my chance to do so. Immediately once I connect the test tube to the portal, the ants immediately start checking out the new space. When the colony's numbers grow, so too will their confidence. This species is great for beginners because they are very easy to keep, since they are hardy, and they can also handle mistakes that many beginners make. They are also very fast growing ants, and they are also very active, and that makes them pretty fun to watch too. Now that this colony has had a chance to get to know their surroundings, it is time to give them some ant jelly. One of the ants very quickly notices the jelly and then cautiously starts to approach it. Once the worker gains confidence and realizes that it's safe, she quickly starts to get a drink of the nectar. This is the first food that this colony has ever had, and she is sure to fill up her social stomach and bring it back to the rest of the colony. After she has had her fill, she returns to the nest and shows everyone else what she found, and many workers quickly surround her to get a drink themselves. One very strange behavior that I caught the queen doing on video here was that she was grabbing the workers of the colony and moving them farther away from the nest without hurting them in any way. I am not sure why she is doing this, as it is a behavior that I have never seen before, let alone caught on tape. So if there is anyone who may know what to make of this behavior, please let me know in the comments and I will be sure to respond. Neither the workers nor the queen seem to be hostile towards each other when the queen does this. You can see that some of the workers that got moved to the edge of the nest are feeding each other, and they are not alarmed in the slightest. This is the fourth queen of this species that I have caught since I let my other colony go a couple of years ago, and I have not had much success with founding a colony of this species since. In one of my recent videos, I shared what happened to two of my Lasius queens that I tried to found where they got parasites, and I highly recommend that you check that video out after this one. This species is the only one that I have had problems with queens dying due to parasites. The third queen that I caught of this species managed to raise her first workers, but then she unexpectedly died right afterwards, which was very unfortunate. The colony now has hundreds of eggs and small larvae in their test tube that were also brood boosted, and if these hatch into workers before the end of the ant season, this colony will be pretty large by the end of the year. Only time will tell if the queen survives and if she also has a parasite or not, but if she doesn't, and this is indeed a healthy queen, then this colony will survive, and their numbers will grow rapidly next spring, unlike they otherwise would due to the colony being brood boosted. That brings us to the end of the video. I hope that you all enjoyed this week's video, and found this content to be very entertaining and informative. I will be sure to update you all on this colony's progress in the future, and hopefully they will become a big part of this channel for years to come. I hope that you all enjoyed this video, and please leave a like and subscribe if you think that I deserved it. With that said, I will see you all very soon with my next video, and until then, I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and until next time, peace.